Sorry, I'm trying to remove this tiny piece of air in front of me. Oh, you cannot remove what you cannot see. How do you remove what you cannot see? Or how do you remove what does not exist? Yet, Tinubu administration said they remove fuel subsidy that several documents, several experts have proved did not exist. Yet the Tinubu administration and his supporters pride themselves in bragging about how Tinubu did something so fantastic as removing fuel subsidy. Now, in 2020, they were able to remove about 2 trillion naira. In 2021, they were able to remove 3 trillion naira. In 2022, they removed 4.2 trillion naira. In 2023 half year, they removed 3 trillion naira. At least that's what the Buhari administration claimed they paid as fuel subsidy. In fact, they claimed that they were using all the revenues that were accruing to Nigeria from sales of crude oil to pay for the interest on the loan that they took to pay the interest of subsidy. Confusing, isn't it? But at least they made that claim. Now fast forward to June 2023. The NNPC Group CEO, Mele Kyari, by himself on national TV, Arise News, came out and said that NNPC never received any payment of subsidy since 2022. But at least they did not deny receiving payment of subsidy in 2021, 2020, 2019, down to 2016. Now, who is lying? Is it the Buhari administration that lied, or is it the NNPC Group CEO that lied? We went and we dug further, and we checked the documents, the DSDP arrangements, the DSDP contract that we obtained, and we found out that really there was no fuel subsidy paid by the whole DSDP arrangement. In fact, that was the whole essence of the DSDP arrangement, to make sure that NNPC did not pay for the crude oil. NNPC did not pay for the refined petrol that they got for the equivalent crude oil that they gave to the refineries. That was the whole essence. But here we are in a country that seems to not know what is going on, where a President Tinubu keeps increasing the pump price of petrol in the name of free market, in the name of fuel subsidy removal. So we decided to ask these critical questions. If indeed the fuel subsidy was paid, who were those to whom it was paid? Who were the companies that were the ones that received this money? If they received this money truly, what was the money that was paid to them as fuel subsidy for? Considering the fact that the DSDP contract that they signed, the copy that we have, showed that there was no need for fuel subsidy to be paid in the first place, not to talk of fuel subsidy being paid. So if they indeed received fuel subsidy, they must now come forward with their own copy of the DSDP contract that they signed that showed the amount that they were supposed to be paid as fuel subsidy, as against any amount that they received as fuel subsidy, if they received fuel subsidy. This matter is getting really, really serious. We will not let it slide, because the Tinubu administration has continued to feign ignorance. Ignorance that we know is not real. From the documents that have existed, that we have obtained, it showed clearly that the Tinubu administration and in fact the Buhari administration were well aware that there were no fuel subsidy payments made. And in fact, they were well aware that an increase in the pump price of petrol will make life hard for Nigerians. In fact, it will bring untold hardship to Nigerians. It will cause inflation. It might even cause an uprising. They knew this because it was the World Bank that told them. In fact, it is the World Bank that carried out that survey. And the World Bank, in their own ingenuity, decided that the best way to silence the people, to enable the government of Nigeria to increase the pump price of fuel, the best way would be to give them a loan that the Nigerian government did not ask for, a loan of $800 million for palliatives that will silence the Nigerian people, to help the World Bank achieve what they have always wanted. In fact, even beyond what they have always wanted. Increase in the pump price of fuel, devaluation of the Nigerian naira, and massive privatization so that their own companies can benefit. Now, it is the World Bank that told the federal government during Buhari's administration and now during Tinubu's administration that they should increase the pump price of petrol to benefit their own foreign corporations. Yes, to benefit their own foreign corporations while bringing untold hardship to the citizens of Nigeria. Now, the question for Tinubu is this. You have claimed and continuously claimed, in fact, not even claimed, you have not even bothered to listen to the advice that many people like us have given to you, that it is a trap that was set for you. Indeed, we probably will be wrong. It might not be a trap that was set for you. It might be a trap that all of you, in connivance with the World Bank, have set for the entirety and the generality of Nigerians. So we have come back to now ask you, since you will not listen to our advice and probe the fraud in the fuel subsidy regime and probe and expose those behind a fuel subsidy payment that never existed. We are not the ones saying it. Experts, even top government officials, we've had the likes of the former governor of Bauchi State, even the likes of the governor of Nasarawa State, they have come out to say there was no fuel subsidy. And the empirical data have been provided that there was no fuel subsidy, not to talk of fuel subsidy payment. But yet, you still decide that the best thing that you would do to favor your Western allies is to punish Nigerians by increasing, not even once, twice, the pump price of petrol. So this is the question for you. Since we are saying there's no fuel subsidy payment and we have provided evidence and you still won't listen, we're taking the whole struggle to another level. If you say you made subsidy payment, which companies did you make the fuel subsidy payment to? According to the announcement by NNPC themselves, they are the ones that came out to announce for the first time in a pretext that they are now transparent. It was NNPC themselves that came out to announce that they have successfully picked some 15 consortia or 15 groups of companies, a collaboration between local and international companies. They are the ones that mentioned the list of these companies themselves. And according to the whole arrangement to pay fuel subsidy, they have always claimed that they made this payment to oil marketers, which will appear to be the local component or even the international component of this so-called 15 consortia that NNPC announced. So this is our question. And the question is directed to the companies right now. We will not stand by as 200 million Nigerians and let about 15 or 30 CEOs take what is supposed to be the collective patrimony of the whole population and citizens of Nigeria and share it amongst themselves and allow a government of Tinubu to put Nigerians through untold hardship in the name of fuel subsidy removal that is actually increasing the pump price of fuel that is bringing untold hardship upon Nigerians. We will not allow it. So, these are the names of the companies and their CEOs. These companies must now come out and tell Nigerians. They must now come out and confirm to Nigerians where you paid fuel subsidy by the NNPC, because that's what NNPC is claiming. It was NNPC that announced your name as the successful companies for the DSDP arrangement. And according to NNPC, they said that as a result of the DSDP arrangement, they made subsidy payments to their DSDP partners to bring in refined petrol. Now, your names have come up according to NNPC that you received fuel subsidy payments. So if your name is on this list of companies that I'm about to reel out as the CEO of the companies, you must now come out and confirm to Nigerians if indeed any money was paid as fuel subsidy to you. You must now come and confirm to Nigerians because they are suffering behind your name. They are made to suffer. They are made to go through untold hardship. They are made to go through difficult times. In fact, extremely difficult times because of a fuel subsidy payment that the NNPC has claimed repeatedly they made to your company. So we know by the DSDP documents that we have received, by the whole arrangement of the DSDP program that no subsidy was paid. If the NNPC is insisting that they made fuel subsidy payment and the government of Tinubu is turning a blind eye to the evidence that we have provided and is choosing to believe the NNPC, and as a result of that is conniving with the World Bank and the IMF to increase the pump price of petrol to make life difficult for Nigerians, if they insist, then you as CEO of these companies must now come out to confirm to the 200 million Nigerians whether or not you were paid fuel subsidy money. And if you were paid, you must now bring forth your own contract document to prove where in that document it was justified that you should collect fuel subsidy money. Because the document we have says otherwise. Now, these are the names of the companies. You must come out now. This is the first step. Simply and quietly calling you to come out publicly to confirm to Nigerians how much you were paid for fuel subsidy. So if you hear your name, know that you are the CEO or a director or the chairman of these companies that have been listed by NNPC as being the successful DSDP consortia companies. That is why your name is going to be mentioned now. So if you hear your name on this list, wherever you are, please answer present and then come out to tell Nigerians publicly, confirm to them whether or not you received fuel subsidy money, and if you did, how much, and also why you received that money, what documents made it legitimate for you to receive that money. I'm talking about the contract agreement now. So come up or come out or come forward with this information if you hear your name. Abdulmuminu Yakubu Meshanu, AYM Shafa Limited. Dr. Samba Sheye, Total Nigeria PLC. Adamu Yahaya Mekifi, AY Mekifi Oil and Gas Co. Limited. Alhaji Anwalu Rano, AA Rano Nigeria Limited. Jubril Adewale Tinubu, popularly known as Wale Tinubu, Oando PLC. Moko Nigeria Limited. Wushishi Mikailu. Britannia U Nigeria Limited. Uju Ifejika. David Mesa, Freepoint Commodities. Mako Storari, MRS Oil and Gas Company Limited. Moroti Adedoyin Adeyinka, Sahara Energy Resource Limited. Banjo Omishore, Bono Energy Limited. Benjamin Nwezeigwe, Eternal PLC. Engineer Gregory O. Ero, Clean Oil and Gas Limited. David Olayinka T. Oluwa T. Meyin, Amazon Energy. Abdul Kabir Adisa Aliu, Matrix Energy Limited. Deji Ajayi and Olu Obadina, Petratlantic Energy Limited. Julius Rone, UTM Offshore Limited. Levene Energy Development Limited. Aswe Igodalo and Nzan Ogbe, Levene Energy Development Limited. Kashim Buka Shetima, Barbados Oil and Gas Services Limited. Gabriel Ogbeche, Rain Oil Limited. Salim Buhari, Petrogas Energy Trade West Africa. Mena Amina, Mena Aisha, Irie Energy Limited. Ugochukwu Nwofo, Vincent Kolawole Ajala, Masters Energy Oil and Gas Limited. Shawburi Beyi Kasiva Limited. Lawal Sadi, Duke Oil Company Incorporated. So if you heard your name, please come forward. your name or the name of your company was listed as the successful companies by NNPC themselves for the DSDP arrangement. And they claim that fuel subsidy payment was made to the DSDP partner to bring in refined petrol products. Since your company was listed as those bringing in the refined petrol products, come forward and tell Nigerians, confirm to Nigerians whether or not you received such subsidy payment. And if you did, give us the documents, the contract, the DSDP contract agreement that you signed, and show us in that document where you were authorized to receive the fuel subsidy payment. Because from the copy of the fuel subsidy contract that we have, the term sheet that we have, no money is supposed to be made to the major oil marketers. The whole arrangement of this DSDP program is to make sure that NNPC, and they stated it clearly themselves in the document, that NNPC will give the refineries or the refinery component of the consortia crude oil, which they will lift and return back the equivalent value of refined petrol into the custody of NNPC at Bonny Anchorage and at Lagos Anchorage. Then NNPC begins to sell those refined petroleum products to the local oil marketers, whether major oil marketers or independent oil marketers. That is the arrangement that is spelled out in the DSDP contract that we have in our custody. So if there is a reason, if there's a different contract you have, which we doubt, come forward and confirm to Nigerians the justification you have for receiving fuel subsidy payment if you received fuel subsidy payment. Nigerians need to know, because they have been made to suffer. They have been punished by actions that they claim that you have taken. So come out and confirm to Nigerians. We must clear the air. We must expose this whole fuel subsidy regime. If you did not receive the money, come out and confirm. And then the group managing director or the group CEO of the NNPCL must now come out to tell us where those monies went, and indeed refund those monies so that we can have monies to develop Nigeria, and so that indeed the prices of petrol must now return to their original prices. And also, in addition, this is also a call now to the NNPC. You must now come to explain to us why you were so useful to Dangote refineries, to help Dangote refineries start from scratch to finish, even giving them up to $3 billion to help them succeed. Yet, you spent 19 billion over a space of 8 years or more to resuscitate 3 refineries that were not up to, in total capacity, the NNPC. And yet, after years of spending over $20 billion, the refineries are refining 0 capacity. You must now tell us the companies that were indeed contracted to do the turnaround maintenance, and why they failed to do the turnaround maintenance, and if they failed, why were they paid? And if they were paid, they must now refund our money. Nigerians cannot continue to close their eyes and look on as if they don't know what is going on. We do know what is going on. Our eyes may be on the judiciary, but we do indeed see the rubbish, the mess that has been going on, and we must expose them. We must expose them. The Tinubu administration must know that while we wait for the outcome of the judiciary, we are indeed aware of the goings on and the fact that he is just punishing Nigerians unnecessarily. And he's even had the boldness of face to come out through his SSG or his chief of staff to come and tell Nigerians that they should endure the hardship. Nigerians should endure the hardship, and you are buying new cars, you are buying new SUVs, you are buying Mercedes, you are opening the border, you are removing the tariff on importation of cars, you are killing local production of cars and killing jobs. You are enjoying yourselves. You are paying the National Assembly 70 billion for furniture. That's what they claim. In the name of palliative, you are paying them 40 billion to buy new cars, bulletproof cars, to protect them from who? The hungry people they have created by increasing the pump price of fuel and making life difficult. You are paying the judiciary 35 billion naira for palliatives, after you have made life difficult for the extremely poor Nigerians that are now over 140 million in number? No, this is unacceptable. While you do all of this, we wait for the outcome of the judiciary. But even as we wait, we demand that the air be cleared on these matters.